Here we go. Good afternoon. I call this oversight hearing to order. As we close out the 116th Congress, we will hear from leaders of the tribes and tribal organizations on what Congress can do to further strengthen the foundational principles of tribal sovereignty and self-governance during today's hearing, titled From Languages to Homelands, Advancing Tribal Self-Governance and Cultural Sovereignty for Future Generations. Before we get to other opening statements and the witnesses' testimony, I would like to take a moment to recognize Vice Chairman Udall, who is retiring at the end of this Congress. This being our last Indian Affairs Committee hearing of the year, I want to thank him for his dedication and steadfast leadership to this committee. This committee has a long history of working in a bipartisan manner, and this spirit of bipartisanship continues today. For example, in the 115th and 116th Congresses, we've passed 80 bills out of our committee. Over half of those have received co-sponsorship by both Democrats and Republicans. Since 2017, Senator Udall and I have served as vice chairman and chairman of this committee, and Senator Udall is a large reason why this bipartisan tradition has continued. And I think we've got like about a dozen bills we're trying to hotline right now, too, so the work continues. I greatly appreciate and am proud to have worked with Vice Chairman Udall on legislation that improves the quality of life in Indian country. This includes S211, the Survive Act, which secures resources for Indian victims of violent crimes, as well as the recently signed into law Progress for Indian Tribes Act, which strengthens and reforms self-governance and self-determination programs. These are in addition to the many bills that Senator Udall has helped shepherd to the President over the years, including the Esther Martinez Language Reauthorization Act and the Native American Business Incubators Act as examples. I want to thank Vice Chairman Udall for his friendship and his service to our country, the great state of New Mexico, and to Indian country. And I want to wish you, Vice Chairman Udall, and Jill, very best wishes going forward in what I know will be very productive and very good future endeavors. I also want to take a moment to thank our respective staffs on the committee for a job well done. From my staff, John, Jacqueline, James, Chase, Brandon, Holmes, Caitlin, Christy, and Elizabeth, and most of all, of course, to Mike, our staff director, who is exceptional. I acknowledge all of you for the professional work you do, and I thank you. And I also thank in addition, Jim and Avis and Zach and Dawson and also Jack. And also I want to say thank you to Mel, who has been the committee hearing reporter this past Congress. Thank you, sir. And with that, I will turn to Vice Chairman Udall.